Hey guys, welcome back to my channel Cooking with Gerald. On today's episode, I'm going to be making some semi-homemade green beans. I'm going to take a bland, regular, any brand can of green beans and make them taste like they've been cooking all day with the potatoes, smoked meat, everything to go along with it. So stay tuned. It's coming up on this episode of Cooking with Gerald. What's up, guys? Welcome back to Cooking with Gerald. Today, you're in for a treat. We're making string beans. This is like the old-fashioned way of making string beans with potatoes and smoked meat. This is something that you definitely have to have on your holiday table or buffet. We're starting off with, I have 6 cups of water that's starting to boil. I have a small onion cut up. I'm using pigtails as my smoked meat. You can use smoked pork or smoked turkey, whether it's turkey tails, turkey necks, turkey legs, turkey wings that are smoked, or you can use smoked neck bones, or the smoked pigtails, whatever it is that your heart desires. Also have 3 potatoes. I don't know if I'm going to use all 3 of those potatoes. Lowry seasoning salt, which I'll be using 4 cans of cut green beans, the chicken bouillon, the complete seasoning, garlic powder, onion powder, and black pepper. So let's go ahead and get started. Like I said, I have my water already on boiling. I'm gonna go ahead and put my smoked meat in there, or my onion and my smoked meat. The onion is cut up in larger chunks, which is fine because the smoked meat has to cook for about at least an hour, maybe 2 hours, until it's really tender and falling off the bone. And then once it's done, you'll know because your water will be real cloudy looking. It'll kind of look milkish looking. So we're going to put that in there. Whole point of the smoked meat is to flavor the green beans. A lot of times I don't even eat the smoked meat unless they're ham hocks. If they're ham hocks, then I definitely eat them. But when it comes to other smoked meat like these pigtails or smoked turkey, a lot of times I don't even eat the smoked meat out of there. I just pretty much put them in there for flavor. So I've got the smoked meat in there. I'm going to go ahead and put two teaspoons of the chicken bouillon to start off with. And I probably, because you want to, after you, excuse me, let me cut that out. Okay, because after you cook the smoked meat in here, the smoked meat has salt in it as well. So once you cook the smoked meat for an hour or so, it's going to reduce, and the broth is going to tighten up and get more flavor to it, so it may be a little bit more salt. So you just want to watch that and play it by ear. Try it out to see if it's too much salt or not. I'm going to put a tablespoon of my complete seasoning in here as well. You want this broth to be flavorful, but not salty, flavorful. And there is a difference. Alright, the next thing is a teaspoon of onion powder. teaspoon of garlic powder. And a teaspoon of black pepper. Now the black pepper, I like black pepper a lot. So if you don't like a lot of black pepper, you don't have to use a whole teaspoon. You can use half teaspoon, quarter of a teaspoon, all that. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to hold off on the seasoning salt until the end because we may not even need any seasoning salt. And then once these are done cooking, we'll add the green beans, the 4 cans of green beans. We'll drain them first, and then we'll add the potatoes as well, and also a couple tablespoons of butter. Would you let me take that out now so I don't forget to add it? But we'll go ahead and let these cook. It's been brought up to a boil. Now I'm going to go ahead and turn the stove down to like a medium low, almost to low. And I have a induction type stove, which is like a flat stove, and mine is on like a medium, between medium and low, but it has like the dual burner. So on your regular stove, if you have a gas stove, you probably want to put it like on a medium or so. So we'll go ahead and let this cook for about an hour or so, and then we'll be back. Alright guys, it's been about 40 minutes. Check this. These are nice. Look at that broth. This is what you want right here, shawty. See that broth? Broth's nice and cloudy and thick. That smoked meat made the broth. Now, what you can do is you can continue to cook them until they fall off the bone and become really tender. A lot of people like to eat this with their beans, which is the normal thing to do. However, I'm not normal. Sorry about that. I'm not normal, so I don't eat the meat unless they're neck bones, smoked neck bones. I'll eat them. I mean, smoked ham hocks, I'll eat them. But if they're neck bones or smoked turkey tails like these are, then I won't eat them. They'll still be in the beans, but I'll just leave them as they are. But at this point now, if you don't want to if you don't want to eat the meat, you can take the meat out and you can go ahead and throw the green beans in. However, in this instance, we're going to go ahead and cook them until the meat is really, really tender. After that, we will be back. Alright guys, so this is what it looks like after an hour of boiling. As you can see, it is definitely, all the liquid definitely has almost evaporated. How thick that juice is, or that liquid is. What I'm going to do is pour another couple cups of water in there. And the reason I'm doing that is because I have a lot of pigtails in here. I should have only actually used a couple of them. So what I'm going to do is pour some more water in here and let them cook for a little while longer. And then I'll add my potatoes in there. Normally what I do too is when I make green beans like this, I'll actually freeze some of the broth, so the next time that I want to make some, I don't have to go through this process. The only thing I would need to do, excuse me, is just take some of the broth out the freezer. I put them in like individual Ziploc packets. Take out the freezer, put it in a pan until it melts, and then drain the green beans out of the can. Drain them, and then just pour the green beans in them and heat them up. And it tastes like you went through this process. And if I want, I'll add potatoes to it. A lot of times I don't. Just eat the regular green beans. Another thing too, omit the chicken flavoring. Omit the chicken flavoring, or what do you call it, the bouillon. This meat, because it's smoked, has a lot of sodium in it, so you want to omit that. Just add water at the beginning and omit the the bouillon. And then once it gets finished cooking, you can actually test it for flavor, and if you need to, you can add some seasoning salt, or you can add some of the bouillon then at that point. So we'll let this cook for another 45 minutes or so, and we'll be back. Alright guys, so I'm back. And my broth looks perfect. What I'm going to do now is, like I told you guys before, I keep my broth and put it in the freezer, so the next time that I have to make green beans, I'll have some broth already here, and all I have to do is drain off the green beans from the can and add them into this liquid, and they'll taste like I just cooked this like I did by smoking this meat all day. So go ahead and do that, and then I'm gonna add a couple of the pieces of meat. Look at that, it's falling off the bone. I can barely hold it up. Put one more piece in there. So take a little bit of this broth out of here. All right. So I have that all ready. After it cools down, to go into the freezer. So now what I'm going to do is add my potatoes. I have 2 whole potatoes cut up in big chunks, as you can see. Add those in there. And I'm also going to add my green beans. Now these green beans are canned green beans, so they're already cooked. So they shouldn't have to cook no more than about 10 minutes with these potatoes, and they'll absorb the flavor of the broth and be on point. Now what you can do also is, if you don't want to use canned green beans, you can use either fresh or frozen green beans. However, you're going to have to add those green beans probably about 45 minutes or so before you put the potatoes in, because they're going to need some time to cook. So, and get tender like these. And as far as green beans are concerned, usually in the can I use the whole green bean, but this time I got cut. However, when I do buy frozen green beans, I like the real thin green beans. You can buy them from Aldi's frozen. They're like really thin, like pencil thin. I like those because they cook a lot faster when you are cooking like this. Unless you're cooking for the holidays and you have a lot of time, then you know the bigger green beans are fine. And then also with the fresh green beans, obviously with those they're not blanched like the frozen green beans are, so you definitely have to cook those for at least 45 minutes to an hour. However, we're doing this with the canned green beans. Also, what I'm going to do is add about 2 tablespoons of butter, either margarine or butter, whichever one suits you. And we'll let this come to a boil. Let those potatoes cook. As soon as the potatoes are done, then we're done. Be right back. Alright guys, it's been exactly 20 minutes. And everything is done. The potatoes are nice and tender. The beans have absorbed all the flavor. Now it's time to plate these puppies up. Put some of that meat in there. Although, like I said, I don't eat the meat, but for presentation purposes, I'm gonna go ahead and put it up in there. And there you have it. String beans. My way. And there you have it. String beans. My way. Look at those. I hope that you all enjoyed the video. So thanks for watching. If you did like the video, please go ahead and give this video a thumbs up. Also, if you'd like to see more content like this, please go ahead and subscribe to the channel and click that notification bell in the top right hand corner so that you are notified each time I do upload a new video. Don't forget to share the video, and please leave me some comments down below. Everybody cooks things differently. Let me know how you cook your semi-homemade green beans, or how you've learned to cook them. And if this is your first time visiting my channel, thank you very much. And I hope that you did enjoy this content, which would make you hopefully subscribe to my channel. Till next time, everybody stay safe.